There are some unbelievable squads and clubs in the world of football, and some that we don't fully appreciate. But the same way it's magical and absolutely ridiculous for Lionel Messi to have won 45 career titles, so is it beyond normal for a football club to have won more than 100 trophies, 15 of which are UEFA Champions League titles. You might have noticed, but in case you haven't, we're talking about none other than Real Madrid, one of the Spanish giants and the most decorated football team in the world. Since its first board of directors was appointed in March 1902, the Madrid team has lifted 103 trophies. That's almost one trophy every year since its inception. Simply astonishing. Real Madrid goes into every football season with the expectation of winning every trophy on offer. This is amazing, since some other European giants have gone without trophies for seasons. Now, a trophy is not shared, it's earned, and Real Madrid have always proven to be the best team in Europe and the favourite to win almost any tournament they're in. So the question is, why? Well, the reason is simple. Real Madrid has cultivated the habit of attracting superstars while also building a spectacular team from within. The Los Blancos Academy might not be the best in Europe, but with graduates like Saul Niguez, Morata, Ashraf Hakimi, Juan Mata, Marcos Llorente, Dani Parejo, etc., it's definitely up there after producing these sorts of talents. Madrid doesn't only rely on homegrown players, though. They're always on the lookout, scouting the best players in the world to recruit. This is evident in the number of world-class players that Madrid have purchased over the years that have eventually gone on to become club legends. We're talking Cristiano Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, Kaká, Roberto Carlos, Raúl, Zidane, Ramos, Casillas, and many, many more. Now, what can a world-class squad do without adequate tactics? Nothing. And this is what the managing directors at Madrid know, and it is why the Spanish giant also boasts having the best managers in Europe. The likes of Jose Mourinho, Zinedine Zidane, Manuel Pellegrini, Rafa Benitez, Carlo Ancelotti, to name just a few, have all managed Madrid. Definitely, the secret of the Madrid team over the years has been the creation of a superb team, which is always then tutored by an equally super manager. What a roadmap to success. But in recent years, many have claimed Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, and other managing directors have been relentless and imperative in their effort to create a terrifying squad. In the realm of the managerial affair at Madrid, there is one of the best coaches in his generation in Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti is widely renowned as one of the best managers in the world. Carlo once said, "Victories and titles are the unit of measurements of the coach's work." And luckily, he has these trophies in abundance. The Italian manager is one of the most decorated managers of all time. With 5 Champions League titles, he's also won the most Champions League titles of any manager, winning 2 of these at AC Milan and 3 at Real Madrid. Don Carlo has also won 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 1 English Premier League, 1 German Bundesliga, 2 Spanish La Liga titles, 1 Serie A title, 1 French Ligue 1, 4 UEFA Super Cups, 4 League Cups, and just many more. He's the first manager in the whole of history to win championships in all 5 of Europe's top 5 leagues. If this isn't greatness, then we don't know what greatness is. With just how decorated he is, those who say he's one of the best managers of all time may just be right. Those who belittle him have always argued that he doesn't have a standout tactic, like the likes of Guardiola. They claim he plays simply, just counter-attacking. When asked about this, he said, "Football is my passion, but I try to manage things in the simplest way possible. Football for me is not complex. It's simple, even in strategy. Creativity is needed to attack. To defend, you need organisation. I can teach you more about the second one, but you don't teach creativity." Now, whether tiki-taka or not, with how decorated he is, he's definitely one of the best managers out there, and no wonder he's the one Madrid have chosen for the task. With a manager like Carlo, any team could be the favourites at the tournament they play in, and this he proved in the 23-24 season when he managed Madrid to win the Champions League, the League, and the Super Cup. When Carlo leaves, you can be sure that Perez will be getting the best new manager on the block for his team, perhaps Xabi Alonso from Bayer Leverkusen, for example. But tactics alone do not win matches. Matches are won when the tactics are well perfected by the players on the pitch. And players? Well, Madrid is well equipped in that area. Carlo Ancelotti hailed the team in the just concluded 23-24 season as the best squad he's ever had. I think it's the best squad I've ever had in my career, he said. And we think he's absolutely right. The team is beyond stacked. Let's start with the goalkeepers. Real Madrid are in perfect hands. Their number one goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois, is currently one of the best keepers in the world. The 32-year-old Belgian is Mr. Reliable for Los Blancos. With 9 successful seasons in La Liga and 4 in the English Premier League, he's highly experienced and in 170 matches for Madrid has kept 72 clean sheets. In the beginning of the 23-24 season, Courtois unfortunately was injured, an injury that later made him play only 4 matches throughout the season. After his injury, Madrid went to the market and brought in the still most expensive keeper in the world, Kepa Arrizabalaga, on loan. In 2018, after Chelsea sold Courtois, they actually bought Kepa, paying his €80 million buyout clause in full, and made him the world's most expensive keeper. After Courtois' injury, Madrid bought in Kepa on a season-long loan, and he ended up playing 20 matches and keeping 8 clean sheets. At the back, Madrid also has youngster Ondrej Lunin. Lunin became a popular name in the Madrid squad in the 23-24 season. He kept 10 clean sheets in 21 La Liga matches and 2 clean sheets in 8 Champions League matches. He delivered a solid display anytime he was called upon. Lunin conceded the fewest goals per game in La Liga last season and could be an excellent replacement for when Courtois moves on. Going into the 24-25 season, Madrid will no longer have the service of Kepa, but they will still be in the capable hands of Thibaut Courtois and Ondrej Lunin. The standing man at the defence of Madrid is the excellent Rudiger. As stated by Ancelotti, he is the insurance that Madrid have at their core. The German has been very solid since joining Madrid, last season playing a total of 33 La Liga matches and keeping 14 clean sheets. Rudiger's performances have heaped him praise from the manager. He's performing at a very high level with continuity. He's always ready for duels, Ancelotti told reporters. Mesut Ozil has also sung the praises for his former German teammate. Prime Toni Rudiger is just the world's best defender at the moment. He's having an incredible season for my former club, Real Madrid. You can also ask Haaland or Osimhen how good he is. Look what happened to Chelsea since he left. They're missing his mentality every day. Talking about his time at Chelsea, Rudiger's time at Stamford Bridge was also a prosperous one, as he won 3 FA Cups, a Europa League, and then topped it all off with a Champions League in 2021 before leaving London for Madrid. Beside Rudiger, Madrid has David Alaba. Alaba, like Rudiger, is an experienced player. He played many years as a left-back before he was converted to a central-back, and over the years, he's played that position perfectly. The Austrian has been an important player for Madrid since joining them in the 21-22 season. Last season, he played his 100th match for Real Madrid. Now, Madrid can still boast top defenders like Eder Militao and Fran Garcia to partner Rudiger. The wing-backs on the team are also top-notch. Daniel Carvajal is arguably one of the best right-backs in the world and has had an excellent season. He's one of the few defenders to have great numbers in both attacking and defending aspects of the game. He's excellent when defending and is for sure underrated when attacking. The Spanish veteran has refused to age. Barring recurring injuries, he's continued to show his relevance for club and country. Last season, he scored as many as he had in the previous 10 seasons altogether. His 100th minute strike against Almeria was the best of his goals. At left-back, Madrid also has a young superstar with Ferland Mendy. The 29-year-old French player has had injuries over the years, but this hasn't stopped him from being hailed as one of the best left-backs of his generation. Ferland might not be the best left-back while going forward. In fact, he has been criticised for his lack of offensive production for Real Madrid, but when it comes to defending, he is second to none in the league. Ferland Mendy is the best defensive LB in the world. But the problem is his injuries. Mendy is injury-prone regardless, but his manager totally believes in him. The problem has been Mendy's recurring injury, which has created problems for us. But we have to have confidence in him because he's a very strong defender. We don't have to do many things in defence because he's fine, said Ancelotti. Because of Mendy's incessant injuries, Madrid have a reliable backup in the person of Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia joined Madrid back from Rayo Vallecano in 2023 after he left in 2020. Garcia came through Madrid's youth ranks and made one appearance for the Spanish Giants during the 2018-19 season before being sent out on loan to Rayo in 2020. After helping the club to La Liga promotion, Garcia signed permanently for Rayo in 2021 of July. He was purchased back by Madrid in 2023, and the young champ enjoyed a wonderful first season in the Madrid shirt. Fran Garcia played a total of 25 matches for the La Liga Giants, providing 5 assists, creating 5 big chances, and scoring 1 goal. The 24-year-old Spaniard is arguably one of the best youngsters in Madrid. Now, although Madrid has one of the best defences in the world, their midfield is out of this world. Yes, out of it. How else do you want to qualify a midfield? Of Ballon d'Or winner Luka Modric, one of the best midfielders of a generation, Jude Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and of course, Valverde. The midfield is simply world class. Now, having names sometimes doesn't matter in football. What matters is performance, and these Madrid boys have all performed well over the years. With Nacho leaving the club this summer, Luka Modric has been announced as the new captain of the Madrid team. The Croatian has been instrumental to the Madrid team since joining from Tottenham in 2012. Modric is widely regarded as one of the best midfielders of his generation and the greatest Croatian footballer of all time. This, we think, is rightly so. If we look at what he does on the pitch, he has great leadership skills and has been a cornerstone of Madrid's domination over the last few years. In 2018, Modric won the Ballon d'Or, breaking the decade-long dominance of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. He was also named FIFA's best men's player in the same year. He is the only currently playing midfielder to have won the Ballon d'Or title. Even the likes of Xavi and Iniesta never attained this height. Alongside Luka in Madrid is his longtime partner Toni Kroos. In 2014, Kroos joined Real Madrid, and it has been a beautiful history since then. Kroos became a vital part of the Madrid team under head coaches Carlo Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane, and he has helped Real Madrid win 3 consecutive Champions League titles from 2015 to 2018, each time being selected in the squad of the season. He was also instrumental in the 21-22 and 23-24 Champions League title wins. Kroos also contributed heavily as the club captured the La Liga titles in the 2016-17, 2019-20, 21-22 and 23-24 seasons. Meanwhile, he was voted into both the FIFA Pro World 11 and UEFA Team of the Year in 2016 and 17 and has won further championships, including 5 FIFA Club World Cup titles. After a successful 23-24 season where Kroos won the La Liga, Champions League and Super Cup, he announced his retirement from professional football. He's leaving Madrid as a legend, without a doubt one of the best players in their history. But this is where Madrid really come into their own. With Kroos retiring and Modric being not far from retirement, they already have their replacements lined up and waiting in the wings. Aurélien Tchouaméni and his French midfielder partner Eduardo Camavinga. Camavinga is another young star who's been crucial for Madrid since joining. The French midfielder recently made the switch from midfield to left back effortlessly and played more games for Real Madrid last season than most of the other players. He's also one of the best assets in the Madrid team, and his versatility is well exploited by Ancelotti. These two are already showing exceptional promise and will be around for many, many years trying to continue Real Madrid's legacy. And this is without the recent signing of one of the hottest prospects in football, Jude Bellingham, who is another Madrid player who has been beyond amazing. The Englishman showcased himself to the world in the just concluded 23-24 season, his first season as a Madrid player. The 20-year-old Real Madrid youngster was arguably the best player in a Madrid shirt during that season. His wonderful performances may even earn him the 23-24 Ballon d'Or, or at the very least a top 3 finish, behind Vini and perhaps Rodri after Spain's Euro triumph. When Madrid signed Bellingham, many said he was the future, but with the season he just had, it's safe to say that the future is now. Without a doubt, Jude Bellingham was the best player in the world in the first half of the 23-24 season, even though his second half was still great. During the first half of the season, in 16 matches, Bellingham scored 13 goals, provided 2 assists, created 27 chances, and had a 90% pass success rate. Jude ended the season with 35 goal contributions in 41 appearances, while winning both the Champions League and La Liga and being one of the best players in the world. Fede Valverde is the unsung hero at the midfield of Madrid. Like Camavinga, he's an extremely versatile player who's been deployed all across the midfield and even as a right winger and right back. He has an unbelievable work rate, covering incredible distances across the pitch. What really stands out for these two players is their football IQ, strengths, versatility, and speed. These young midfielders will for sure be in Madrid plans for the next few years, as they're still very young and could turn into absolute superstars in the years to come. Although Arda Güler hasn't played many matches for Madrid, the teenager has shown the world he's capable of being the next best thing. In just 10 La Liga appearances last season, Güler scored 6 goals and was key to Turkey's run to the Euros quarter-final, scoring an absolute banger in the first couple of games. And one would think a team with world-class midfielders and defenders would have sort of a mediocre front lineup, since they can't have it all. But this is not the case for Madrid. Real Madrid have it all. If anything, they have one of the best front lines in Europe. Last season, Madrid had the services of Ballon d'Or contender Vinicius Jr., one of the best players in the world. Vinicius Jr. is one of the best players in the world right now, said Thierry Henry. Since joining Real Madrid in 2018, the Brazilian has been a nightmare for La Liga defenders. His mobility and flair are incredible, and his style of play is simply breathtaking. The 23-year-old Brazilian was instrumental in Real Madrid winning the Champions League and the Spanish Super Cup, and he was arguably Madrid's best player in the league last season. After brilliant displays, he's earned himself a place in the list of favourites to win the Ballon d'Or. Vinicius finished the 23-24 season with 24 goals and 11 assists in 39 games. Another wonderful youngster that Madrid has up front is Rodrigo. Rodrigo has been a wonder since joining Real Madrid. In 216 matches for the Spanish Giants, the Brazilian has scored 54 goals and provided 41 assists. The young man, who was referred to as one of the great prodigies by Florentino Perez after he was purchased, is definitely living up to expectations. Imagine a strike lineup of Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, and the man who has been dubbed the best player of his generation, or a strike line of the 3 Ballon d'Or 2024 contenders. Yes, you are there. That is exactly what Real Madrid is cooking next season, and it is scary. While Joselu has been a servant for the club in some big games, and most notably in the semi-final of the Champions League against Bayern, his transfer to Qatar has opened the way for the main man to take the big stage. On July 16th, 2024, Real Madrid presented their new signing Kylian Mbappe to the fans. Kylian has been a target for Real Madrid for many years now, and they finally have him going into the 24-25 season. Kylian is known for his outstanding displays year in and year out, and having met one of his goals by signing for Real Madrid, a team that he has dubbed a Ballon d'Or producing machine, is expected to be a beast for the Spanish Giants. Kylian has always been said to be the best player of his generation. His statistics, trophies, awards, and the way he plays are testaments to this. Mbappe is the best player in European football. He is unstoppable, Ancelotti said earlier this year. The only thing remaining for the 25-year-old French player is the Ballon d'Or, which he seems to always manage just to slip from his grasp. The aim of winning the Ballon d'Or is one of the reasons why he dumped PSG for Real Madrid. Since joining PSG in 2017, Mbappe has finished in the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or list every single year. The closest he came to winning was in 2023, when he finished a career-best third-place finish. He'll be keen to change his fortune at Real Madrid. Mbappe finished the 23-24 season with 44 goals and 10 assists and won the domestic treble, the Ligue 1, the Coupe de France and the Trophée des Champions. He also went far in the Champions League as his team was eliminated in the semi-final, and after a wonderful season, he received Ballon d'Or shouts, but he has been said to be below his new teammates Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. in the race. Now, we said Madrid are the best team in the world because of the calibre of players they have and the improvements they make to their squad every year. This is once again evident with the signing of Mbappe. You can only imagine the pain that Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Jude Bellingham will inflict on defenders next season. And should we now tell you another thing of wonder? Yes, Madrid is all about wonders. Real Madrid have also secured the signing of Brazilian superstar Vendrick. The talented teenager is due to link up with La Liga leader Real Madrid after celebrating his 18th birthday in July 2024. Madrid had secured the signing of Endrick in 2022 when he was just 16. The agreement was for him to continue at Palmeiras until he was 18. The transaction was referred to by Palmeiras president Leila Pereira as the biggest negotiation in the history of Brazilian footballer. Adding the Brazilian superstar known for his enormous talent, footwork and scoring prowess to an already stacked lineup of Kylian, Vini and Rodrigo is nothing short of amazing. Showcasing their commitment to bringing in young players with those numbers of great players and the presence of one of the best managers in the world, Real Madrid is surely set for glory. Astonishingly, the average age of this squad is below 25. They're players who can perform highly for the next 10 years. So as it stands, the scary truth is that Real Madrid in fact has players that can compete at all the tournaments they play in for the next 10 years. Madrid has the team to win the majority of the Champions Leagues during that decade. The question is not what can this team achieve? The question is how much will this team achieve? Because definitely the world, like always, is not ready for what Madrid has cooked. And don't forget, they are still cooking. Don't be surprised when you wake up tomorrow and hear Madrid have bid to sign another hotly tipped youngster.